divorce rate is getting too high. Many ladies see divorce as a shortcut to enjoyment. They see it as a financial gain or a business. Because with the way I'm seeing things, men see marriage as where they can share their love unconditionally, while women see marriage as a business opportunity. Just as this guy will always say that the only people or the only things that can be loved unconditionally are women, children, and dogs. I've forgotten the name, but he's an American comedian. So why am I saying this? The rate at which divorce happens these days, it can only be cured by these three remedies. Three. And if these three remedies are not being implemented, it will only be increasing as the day goes by. That's it. That's the reality. What's the number one remedy? The number one remedy is that there shall be no 50-50. Now, if a woman who just wake up one morning and say she doesn't want divorce anymore, she doesn't want the marriage anymore, what happens? What happens? You're leaving the marriage empty-handed. No splitting of the man's property. No, nothing. No 50-50. So you're leaving it the way you came into the marriage. That's how you will go. That's number one. The second one is that nothing like child support. Now, if you just decide to want to end the marriage and you guys have children, no child support from the man. Nothing like child support. Then the third one is that the child will stay with whoever didn't initiate the divorce. Now, the person who initiated the divorce without any reason entirely, that child will not stay with that person. The child will stay with the person who did not initiate the divorce. So whoever did initiate the divorce is going out of the marriage empty-handed. No 50-50, nothing. You're not going with the children because you initiated a divorce from nothing. You initiated a divorce from your feelings. You said you don't want the marriage, then you go. Whatever that comes with the marriage, which is the wealth of the man, which is the children from the man, since you don't want the marriage anymore, then you leave the marriage empty-handed. Go and make your own family. Go and date someone else and give birth, or go and make your own marriage elsewhere. Because nothing like a perfect marriage. Nothing like a perfect union. So this situation whereby a woman will just wake up one morning and say she's no longer interested in the marriage, she has gotten boring, or the marriage has gotten boring, she's now bored. Can you imagine such a flimsy excuse? What about the man? Is the man not also getting bored of the marriage? What about him? So these three things, if they are being implemented, let me see the woman who will say she wants to initiate a divorce. Let me see her. Now, unless in an extreme case of, let's say, child abuse or domestic violence, unless in those kind of cases, you can bring in all these condition of the property of the man will be splitted, the custody of the child will go to the woman or go to whoever initiated the divorce because of these extreme cases of violence, abuse. But if it's just something that there's no tangible reason, no evidence of anything like probably infidelity or abuse, and the woman will just wake up one morning, or someone will just wake up one morning and say, I don't want this union anymore. In fact, let's end it. Then you're living empty-handed. If this law should kick in, if it should come into place, let me see that woman who will say she wants to divorce. Even some of them say, if this law is if this law is being implemented, you will not hear divorce. And any woman who wants to marry will open her eyes before going into marriage, because she now knows that it's now more or less like how the vow said, for better, for worse. It's not when the man all of a sudden his business stops thriving, then you say you're no longer interested in the marriage. No. so that the man will now suffer everything alone. And his business stops thriving. You're leaving the marriage, and you're still living with half of his property. You're still living with his apartment. Someone that is suffering, and you still want to go away with his property. Someone you know that is still trying to manage himself. Women. So if these laws are not put into place, marriage will continue to disintegrate. It will continue to dismantle. Divorce will continue to be on the rise, because this is now like a business venture to women, to a lot of women now, especially those in the West, in the Western world. Divorce here and there, divorce cases. Well, I hope all these changes. I hope it changes. Let rule of law also be in favor of men, not just women. Okay, that's my say. That's my own. That's my own contribution. All right.